Alright, here's an update today. Probably one I should have done a while back. This is going to be a look at the whole homestead. Everything I have going on. And we're up here in a part of the yard that I don't think I've recorded before. This is the front yard. This is my south-facing fence. There's the street over there. Right here I've planted sweet potatoes. You can also see some scarlet runner beans there and there. I watched clothesline. It's just a part of the yard that I dug out, put some compost into, turned it over, some mulch down, and I just did some weeding the other day, yesterday I believe. And I'm going to be adding more scarlet runner beans and some okra up here. I planted some the other night, 2 nights ago. I don't think he has sprouted yet. It would be like right there, right there. I don't see any. Anyway, I was looking for more areas to grow, and I thought that the south face of fence for crops that like hot weather made a lot of sense. So now we'll come around. Something y'all have seen before. This is, of course, the aquaponics system. This is the wicking bed that I built last year. I've made a decision. I'm giving up on any cold weather plants that haven't produced yet. I ripped out all my broccoli yesterday except for that guy, and I will be ripping him out today. As you can see, the pest pressure is just decimated it, and it's getting hot enough now that I'm not going to get anything off of it anyway, so it's time for it to go. Teas over here don't look particularly good either. You can see got a couple forming, but not much, and I've planted quite a few, and these two are doing okay. Honestly, I could have done better by them, but yeah, we had a weird weather this year and got everything in the ground a little late. Had stuff going on, and probably chalked that up as a loss. Over here, got some more sweet potatoes, some okra, sweet potato, basil, corn. 2 corn plants were in there. 3 were. 1 died. I'm not exactly sure what that is, if that's corn that died and came back, or exactly what that is, but I'm not going to mess with that yet. This is tomato sucker that I took out somewhere else. I just figured I'd leave it in there. My lettuce has completely gotten away from me, but it's still, this is wrapped up in a tomato. It's still producing enough for me to have a couple more salads, so these are all going to seed, so I'm going to pop that off, so I don't want that. So I can still get a couple more salads off of these, and I need that because I'm eating salad, 3-4 times a week. Now I've got some seeds started, but this could be a little while before I get them up and ready to go. Over here, my son was just digging around in my strawberry pot, so I've got to clean that up a bit. Aquaponics system. Tomatoes are looking really good. I'm just taking over the damn thing, to be honest. Take a step back. You can just see there, growing like crazy. Maybe too much. I put this here because I didn't know how I was going to support a couple tomato plants. I figured 2 birds with 1 stone. Dish down there. Some more lettuce doing the same thing. I believe that is a cucumber plant that is just booming, coming out of the ebb and flow bed. The kale still looks pretty good. Most of my kale's really succumbed to pest pressure also. I've killed quite a few little caterpillars that have been burrowing up in the center. This one I don't see any. But I've taken out quite a few plants. In fact, I think this is the only one that's still over here, and it's probably going to go today or tomorrow. Well, there's one there too. The lettuce is just a mess. The tomatoes are... I'm going to have to do some cleaning up. I need to clean that up some. Bell pepper here, doing okay, not great. I need to clean this bed up some too. Swiss chard is still doing alright. Over here, a couple sweet potatoes. They look like they're doing pretty good. Okra. And these are a couple of lettuce plants I started from seed and I transplanted. Like I said, we're a long way from eating them. Stuck some store-bought celery back in there, getting a little bit of growth, but I think I'm going to rip it out. I think it's not working. A couple garlic chives I planted back in there. I ripped out the oregano. My wife dried it out for me because it was taking over. Sage was probably got to go too. I don't use very much of it, and it's just taking over this bed space. I want to grow something else. Over here. Squash, doing really well. This tomato plant, I should have trimmed this one back, and I didn't. I did do some trimming. You can see there's a tomato I need to get in a second. This is a cherry tomato plant. This one over here is an early girl. The back side of this bed looks a little less messed up, but Swiss chard is gonna have to go here pretty soon too. It's reaching the end of its life, but I'm gonna start some more seeds, and I can hold off on that one for a little while before I yank it out. Back in here we have another pea that's not doing all that good. It's time for it to go. Pepper plant right here. We'll see. I may rip that out. This tomato plant right here was actually, if you look here, this thing was dead, basically. Frost killed it off. Stuck it in there, curious if it would grow back, and it's grown back pretty well. But I don't know if I need it in there. I might do something else with it. And over here, more basil. I need to do something with the basil. I got way more basil than I can eat. I got a little carried away with that. And come over here through my garden, more traditional garden. My tomato plants. Early girl here is about to start producing edible fruit. That's looking pretty good. A couple different varieties of tomatoes here. Staked up, need to get that one tied off. That one right there, I have not tied that one off yet. Jalapeno pepper back in there. This one's starting to produce some fruit here. And I'm excited about that one because that is that variety. I figured I would, the tomato sun sugar, figured I would try something different there. A couple of cantaloupes here up in front. That one needs to be strung up again, that tomato plant. Squash, zucchini back there is just booming. And this is all sweet potato there. And to tell you the truth, I'm starting to supplement my salads with sweet potato greens, and they taste really good. And I have quite a few of them. I'm about to have a lot more. Over here, this is my little experimental strip I planted. Some corn, watermelon right there on the corner. To be honest, I can't remember what that second one is. Really not sure. Or that one. Maybe a weed. I can't remember. I should have taken better notes. There's a sweet potato down there at the end. A tomato, I tried transplant. It didn't work. Just no real loss there. Just figured I'd give it a shot. And now we'll move to the back of the property. Nice sheep mulch garden. Corn in the back. Nothing really going on over here, and there's a couple peas I need to rip out. Use that probably for okra, I'm thinking. Some of the corn is really taking a beating. A lot of snails back here. Slugs. fighting them like hell. Tomatoes all up and down. Squash plant over here is doing good. Pepper's looking okay. That squash plant just got beat around. It's trying to survive. Over here, peppers. I had broccoli here. A couple of them, I ripped them out. Over here, we have the quail tractors. This is where the adults live. And this is the one that's acting as a grow out. See, for the size they are, they're really starting to get bigger, but it's still plenty of space for now. Have to make some more room for them here for too long, though. I went ahead and put that long feeder out here. Still got 3 waterers. I'm probably going to buy another waterer like that one here pretty soon, just because it makes sense. Get this thing. Took me a second to get that thing latched, so just went ahead and paused the video. Now I'm back inside. See the quail here. Got a leak. So I got these 2 empty. That's part of why I put this valve over here, was if I had a leak I could isolate it and fix it. Over here, a couple of comfrey root crowns I just planted. I need to get those outside. And we just hatched chicks. Last night, 17 of them. They averaged, we weighed them all, they averaged just under 0.3 ounces per chick. Weighed them in groups of 5. They were 1.4, 1.4, 1.5, and then there were 2 more, so there's 17 total. They've been out now for about 12 hours. And the last thing I'm going to show you before I go inside real quick, it's over here. Some seed starting I'm doing. See some lettuce that may have been planted too closely, but I'm experimenting with it. Some okra, some other things. A couple scarlet runner beans. They don't particularly like being started from seed, but figure I'd give it a shot. And give me a second, we'll go inside. Alright, the last thing to show you today is the incubator. Like I said, they started hatching about 28 hours ago. Something like that. So, well, actually more like 36 hours ago. So we pulled some out about 12 hours ago, and we have, I believe, 3 in here right now. We have 2 over here, 1 right here. Last time we hatched 27. 2 died before getting to the brooder, making 25, and I'm sorry, we hatched 28. 2 died before getting to the brooder. 1 died because somebody, my son, knocked a water container on top of him, and 2 died out there in the brooder of unknown causes. So we had 5 casualties, so we wound up with 23. Right now we're at 20 hatching, so our number's a little low, but we got a little more time, I think. And that will conclude the look around the homestead.